mounted the engine, so we're yet to be started. So as you can see, this is the correct EW10J4 engine. Now it was like, let me use the opportunity before I start the engine to reverse the fan back to factory connection. However, I pulled the harness and saw the bushel, like 2 wires here, actually 3, no 4, it's about 4 wires butchered here. So I was okay. Okay, let me correct this ones. While I was doing that, something crossed my mind, because I know how Nigerian technicians behave. Sometimes when they do that thing, they don't stop it here when they want to bypass. So I tried to follow the harness till I got to this point, and now I realized that this side is even worse. The way they did it here, there's no how I can be able to reverse it. Unless with a donor car, or I change the harness completely. So look at it. So right here, see that the mess they did here, this connector here. So as it is, the numbers are no longer there, unfortunately. And in terms of color matches, 2 actually have the same color, and the bushel, you can see same length, cut off from about 3 wires cut off here. It's not even 3 itself. I mean, seriously, almost the entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wires we are cut off completely and rejoined to different wires instead of the correct one. In fact, one of them was cut off completely. You can see this one now goes to the fuse box. They connected something, I don't know where they. So for me to even see where they run this one, I have to. Oh, you can see it here. Oh, so this is the one. This is actually the one. Remember, I was showing you guys in the first video that this wire. Do you see where I was supposed to connect it? So this is it. So it seems they wanted to connect it somewhere here, and they changed their mind. So it's supposed to go to one of these wires here, butcher down. The easiest way to actually deal with this fan, reverse it back, is to change the harness all the way from here to this point. So I wouldn't bother anymore unless I have a donor car. It will be more stressful. If I could get a harness, it would be easier. However, getting a harness is even like the most difficult one, because it's like 99.5%, or in fact 99.9% of the 406 with this engine fan wiring harness you will see available in Nigerian markets would have gone to abuses like this. So the difficult, in fact, most of what we do is, when I'm searching for, I'll just look for the one that has 1 or 2 abuse on it, like cut off wires, which I can easily trace and reverse back. Unlike this one that, see, let me people understand why I don't want to take chances or do any kind of wire and error here. Because this thing, this cannot even work anymore with wiring schematics, because the numbers are no longer there, and the connector, they cut it off at the edge, on the edge of the connector, so there's no how to even know which wire was there, which number, before you can. So then the colors have about 3 of these have the same colors, and they cut them off, so you can't even say, oh, use color to match the wires, or use wire numbers to match. So if you make any mistake here, if you do and say, oh, let me test to see if this one will work with this, any form of mistake is your engine ECU. It will blow it. As simple as that. It will blow your engine ECU. So I'm going to leave it like this. The owner will have to work without the harness. The fan, depending when I'll find this and because even if I say let me reverse it, they've damaged this connector. Look at the connector. You can see here. You can see this point. The wires was cut off completely. So there's no how I can reconnect this one. So the connector is there. You know. So the only way I could probably try is if I could get another connector this side, and then I get a donor car. Then I can, from the donor car, I can be able to run a continuity test to know where which point each of the wires goes to this point. It's doable. I can do that. You know, whichever one is not going to be easy. Sourcing for the harness or getting a donor car with the same engine and then doing this. It's not going to be easy. In that case, going to increase my charge for this. I'm going to increase my charge for reversing this one. It won't be the charge again. It's going to be like minimum I will collect for this is 20,000 naira to do this without the cost of buying any parts. For example, it's only one relay I can find here, but these other two relays you can see they are missing. So whoever did this by part, remove those relays. So those relays, each of them cost 1,000, including you have to also add transport. This is almost like 2,000 to this place from the market. So basically 4,000 naira for these two relays. Then sourcing for the harness means I have to go to the market. It's not about phone call. I have to go to market with this. Though without this I can actually tell. I know what it looks like. So either I will remove this harness, which I can easily do, and go with it. I'll be going from one store to the other, one after the other, till I see one that's good enough for me to use. Even if it has a cut, a bypass somewhere, it won't be as bad as this one. Then hopefully get it less than 20,000 or within that range. I could be higher. Then I'll do this, or I find until I find a donor car I know that one is intact, no abuse, and the owner of the car is willing to let me use his car to correct this one. Then that's when I can do this. But like I said, whichever one going to cost the person, I will charge the person higher than I wanted to. I charge him area to do this. So that's unfortunate for the person. So again, avoid doing all these things to your vehicle. You only come back to bite you. If you are buying any car with this kind of abuse on the fan, expect that this is what you may find. I don't discourage anybody from buying a car that they bypass the fan to spin constantly with ignition on or spin constantly with the engine running. I won't discourage you, but expect you have this kind of issue. Most times, in fact, during this test, in fact, I can't even confirm that the ECU is still okay until we complete this, because while they are doing all this cut and join, because this is trial and error, as they are doing this cut and join to see the one that will make the fan to work constantly, as they are doing that, sometimes it will end up damaging the ECU, but the engine will still run. But when you now reverse it, put it correctly, the part of the ECU that controls the fan will never control the fan anymore. So in that case, you have to change the ECU to still run your fan as factory connected. So these are the danger of risk involved. So if you're buying a car that bypass the fan, have that understanding that you might end up changing your engine ECU. Understand that it's not me that is. I'm telling you what I've experienced. So I don't do all these bypasses. I tell people I don't care. Even if you like, you can beg heaven and earth. It doesn't matter how much you are willing to offer. I will not do it. So there's some people, they want to do that. If I reverse wiring connection and for some reason you change your mind, days, hours later that I want it back to bypass connection, I will not do it. It's one of the conditions. You have to take it to somebody else to do that. So if I'm doing it, then you have to accept that once I do that, no going back. And if you bring your car for me to diagnose, I must reverse it before I diagnose it, or you give it to somebody else to do that. So that's how I operate. So we'll see. Okay, so that's by the way. Some other business here. Now this is for the engine speed sensor. No, camshaft position sensor. I don't know what is too big for these people to change this connector, to do this thing. Because now I'll have to change this connector. It will make it difficult to. The only way I can actually start this vehicle, which means I must plug this. Without this thing, it will not start. Because this is what monitors the timing. So it means I must have to probably remove this sensor, connect this thing, and then plug the sensor. Or simply change the connector. Unfortunately, I don't have this connector right now, so I have to suspend it or remove this thing, because we've not started the engine ever since we mounted it. So this is another wire. Okay, this is for the this is the harness for the oil level and oil temperature sensor, so you can see the one that's cut off. So I'm going to change the connector anyway. So this is the one that's supposed to be there, so I'll change the connector. I think the wire was even butchered out. So also I'm going to reconnect the power steering switch, power steering oil switch. The connector is broken. I'll see if I can be able to. The connector is also butchered out. See if I'll be able to reconnect it and connect. Hopefully, if the sensor can't work with the new connector, then we'll have to change the sensor. Part of it is broken. The reason why I'm kind of hesitant to change the sensor is, or the switch is, it's not always easily available. Can even use one. Most of them tend to leak, and this one is not leaking, so I'd rather leave it there. If the connector can work, fine, better in other one. So the throttle body, I was thinking we'll be able to use it, but as you can see, it's been messed up. They even glued in the stepper motor there, so the stepper motor itself is permanently stuck there. Can't remove it anymore. TPS is faulty. So this is actually what is coming up on the diagnostic tool. This one permanently faulty. So the best will be to change the entire throttle body. So the one that came with the other, this engine, it couldn't fit in this one. It doesn't have this connector. This connector is also broken, so you have to replace it. I mean, this car was mercilessly abused electrically. Mercilessly, can I say. Maybe not as bad as most of the ones I've seen, but man, they did a good number on this car, electrical. Okay, so one after the other, I'm here to do this one. That is also butchered out, the connector. I'll deal with it later. See, I don't know, it's up to the owner, because since he's eager to take the vehicle to use, but man, I don't know. Probably I have to, you see. As this car, oh, yeah. Wow, you need a lot of brain work and time and resources to get all the latest car intact. So we'll leave it here and we'll see. All right.